Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Facebook Live with Anne Maxwell with a topic that super, I wouldn't even say excite me, that melts me. That melts me in every cell of my body. So the topic is, ta-da-da-da-da-da, would you be willing to see you through the eyes of someone who doesn't judge you? And for anybody who doesn't know Anne, I have been part of her team for just a little while now. And the kindness that has been percolating through my universe is very, it's very present. And I'm super grateful for it. And that was one of the reasons why I got like really pulled to doing this Facebook Live. Because like whatever you are creating with it, and sometimes I really don't have words for it, so I'm gonna leave the words all to you. Hello, Anne. Welcome.
Hi, Evie, and thank you. And for all of you out there, Evie's one of the most amazing beings on the planet. And I love you, and I'm so grateful for you, and I'm happy to have you on my team, and we're the better for having you here. So thank you for that. I was walking. No, but it's true, Evie, and it really is. And how often can somebody say something like that to you and you go, ah, I have a dog, and I was walking her around the lake, which is really close to where I live, this morning. And one of the things that came to me was remembering a conversation that I had with somebody when she's kind of nasty, and I was on a mission to fill up a sort of a list of people who could be on this special program. And after the numbers had gone over what the cap was supposed to be, and I was doing it for somebody else, she came over to me and she said, "Oh, by the way, add me to the list." And I said, "Okay, well, let me check with so-and-so." And she looked at me with this look of disdain, and she said, "Do you realize who I am?" Right? Like, how many of us receive that kind of judgment, meanness, disavowal, and sort of punch in the gut, and just sort of take it, and this was years ago, and I sort of took it. But there was part of me that was really mad. And one of the things that became really clear to me over the years, because I've worked with this person off and on, is if I really want her to like me or think well of me or even respect me or acknowledge me or validate me or anything like that, then this person owns me, right? And that's the thing about, are you willing to see yourself through the eyes of somebody who doesn't judge you? Like, I've got a couple of people in my world. I also have a dog who adores me and judges me when I don't give her enough treats or take her out on feed her on time or whatever. But it's not a judge; it's a rawr. It's really more a manipulation. It's not even a judgment, It's like, hey, do your job. Here I am.
Don't ignore me. I am.
Don't ignore me. Feed me. Me, which is fine. That's what her job is. But there are a couple of people in my world. Oftentimes, people who don't judge you they sort of come in unexpectedly, and babies are more like that. Babies and toddlers, the judgment doesn't really hit, and babies and toddlers are a lot more like my puppy. Feed me, change my diaper, and fix this thing, and no, don't do it that way, do it this way. That's the thing. But they pretty much sort of adore you for who you are. They don't actually judge you, and they like see you, right? That. They see you. And so I'm doing this gaslighting class, in another, I don't know, 6 weeks or something like that. But that comment of, do you realize who I am, is a form of gaslighting. It was a way of invalidating me and rendering me incompetent, stupid, unaware, whatever, and elevating this person to some sort of entitled and grandiose level. And what I've always done up until relatively recently is sort of bow down to that. So anyway, hi, Evie. That's sort of a lot of blah, blah.
No, and thank you, because this reminds me of a quote that comes up often in one of your in many of your classes, is like, how you see yourself is how the world sees you and
Yes.
responds to you.
Right.
And I remember the first time that you put this out there in a class, it was like percolating through my universe. And then I did a foundation with you. And then I was like, I am being gaslighted and blah, 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 blah. And I had like so many reasons of like why this is wrong. And remember, your facilitation was super kind, and it was also very firm, that like how you see you is how the world sees you and responds to you. And
well, how you see you is how you present yourself to the world.
Yeah.
So if you present yourself to the world as needing validation, but not deserving it,
yeah,
and guess what? They respond like that woman responded to me.
Yeah. And yeah.
And
I really started noticing the difference of changing the point of view about you. People start changing around you.
Yeah, they really do. They really do.
It's been very revolutionizing, and more kindness has been showing up in my world. So I was like, let's bring this out to the world.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm noticing, so many different ways that one of the huge things when I first started doing gaslighting classes, as I did it from the point of view, is that people are doing it to me. Guess what? They only do it if people gaslight you is because somewhere you're giving them permission to do that.
Right.
Yeah. And
yeah. Can you hear the ice cream? There's like an ice cream cart.
No.
Anybody hear it? It sounds actually pretty endearing.
No, it sounds like a happy moment though. It's like
So for everybody who is watching, like what is like everybody who's like at this moment in their life where like they're like being maltreated by somebody, and what kind of a tool or like a question or like what can you speak to this of like changing that right now for somebody in themselves? Like what kind of what is like the kind thing that people can do right now when this is like going on in their world?
Okay, I'll give you one question because I'm not going to give away the class, but one question. Choice creates. So every choice you make creates a future. So when I find myself stuck, which I do, I ask myself, what choice did I make that created this?
I remember that one. Oh, I love.
And just see what comes up, and see, and just allow whatever it is to show up, to unwind. Right? What choice did I make that created this? Like, we create our lives. It's like the good news and the bad news. The good news is, the bad news is that if we're unhappy with where we are, we actually created it. The good news is that if we create it, we can uncreate it and or create something different. And my favorite tool of all time is to ask a question, like have that curiosity of a kid, of a toddler. What's that? Huh. What choice did I make that created this? And you don't even have to have a label for the this, because what you're talking about, there's an energy that comes up, right? What choice did I, or there may be a word that you have, it doesn't matter. But what choice did I make that created this? And you'll get that. You'll know. Anyway, there you go.
I love that. And there's something that is coming up as well that I've noticed for me with myself. There was a lot of abuse in my world that I, that
Yeah.
I for sure definitely created it, and in my universe. So is there like what is like a way to, even when you ask these questions, I remember when I was like asking questions, it was still like with that energy of like abuse. Well, yeah, well, you chose this, so blah 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 blah. Um, is there like a way to, how can, yeah, what is like a kind way to start asking questions to yourself to not make yourself wrong? I've noticed that with myself when I was asking questions to like set myself up to sort of like prove, to
How
actually no,
wrong
not,
you were.
yeah, to
That's
prove how
really
wrong
smart movies. You know
I
that one of
was.
Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, one of his favorite lines for this kind of stuff is the poem by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. How do I love me? How do I love thee? Let me count the ways, right? And to flip it when you find yourself functioning like that, how much do I judge myself? Let me count the ways, and then stop. Just recognize when you're actually doing that. But one other question, that, and then we'll sort of wrap it up with the stuff. But one other question that I ask clients is, what if you could treat yourself the way you wish you had been treated, or the way you should have been treated, not the way you were? What if you could be as kind to yourself as you wish had been bestowed on you? Right?
Yeah.
Because you're worth it. Everybody is. And the idea that you're not is a lie, and it's a lie that's perpetrated to get control over you, to do whatever. But this is all stuff that we'll talk about in the class, and it's not about counting all the ways that you gaslight yourself, or that you are gaslighted, or that you allow it. It's about having the awareness of that, and then giving you guys tools so that you can create a different future, right?
I love that. I actually saw.
So
We have a little bit of connection troubles.
there you go. Okay, well, it may be time for us to
I'm
wrap
sorry.
it up.
I probably missed it. It is,
Yeah.
and so Anne has actually like which I'm really really super looking forward to. Anne has a foundation, has a gaslight class coming up online. I'm going to share this in the thread,
Okay,
and
cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
So
And there are no prerequisites for it, just, breathing and interested in it. That's it.
I love that.
Right?
If you're breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it tweaks you, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, so much for these questions and for everything. You're such a treat. Thank you,
And
really.
thank you, Evie. And thank you, everybody out there.
Thank you for everybody who has been saying hi. We had a lot of
We've
hellos.
got lots of highs. It's awesome.
So yeah, and is there like any question?
I didn't see any. I saw lots of hearts and lies and gratefuls and highs and some
Yeah,
more highs and
that's
some more
it.
highs.
No
Yeah.
questions. Well, hello everybody, and thank you so much. And
Love you lots.
yeah, have a wonderful day from wherever you are.
Yeah.
And bye, Anne, and
Bye,
bye, everybody.
Edie.